What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy, CamATL, and welcome back to another NBA High Five video with your boy. I am excited for this slate, ladies and gentlemen. It is a beautiful Friday. What better way to go into the weekend than with a big W on a nice, juicy 9-game slate? Super excited for this one, man. We got some amazing value spots. We got some amazing spots in general. This is going to be a fun slate. Incredibly excited for this. As you can see at the bottom of the screen, if you are new and have not tried Prize Picks yet, it's pretty much like a player prop DFS type of site. I am partnered up with them to be able to give my people 100% match up to $100 if you use code GREENLIGHT over there on PrizePicks on your first deposit. So make sure if you're joining PrizePicks, you use the code GREENLIGHT to go ahead and get you a free $100 on your boy. Thank you guys for joining me as always, and let's go ahead and get straight into it. Drop a like down below, comment anything in the comments section outside of fuck you Cam, and then what was the other thing? Subscribe to the channel. There you go. All right, so let's get straight into this. I'm on the GreenLight optimizer. You already know I don't use nothing else. It is what it is. I use my own projections. It is what it is. I mean, it's the best. It just whatever. All right, so GreenLight optimizer is updated as of I believe I updated 9:45 this morning Central. So it's 10 o'clock right now. So well, it's 10:20 Central right now. But anyways, let's go ahead and get straight into it. Let's talk about what we got on this slate real quick. Let's start off the slate with talking about the big spend I want because we're gonna have plenty of value. One of the big spends I'm really looking at is KD today. Now here's my reasoning. Uh, it's back to no Kyrie. Okay, so that's just back to the normal way. Harden is in, but here's the main thing I love here. Kevin Durant has been lights out this year. He has been playing fantastic. My favorite part here, though, is that it's against Milwaukee and should be a close, competitive game. I am excited for the possibilities of this game right here. This should be a really good game. I'm excited to see how this goes. It should be a tight contest back and forth, and that's one of the reasons I love KD. Anytime Brooklyn's going to be in a tough, close a game that I predict to be close, because at the end of the day, Kevin Durant can score on any defender in the entire league. There's just no stopping Kevin Durant, okay? So he's going to get his regardless. The question mark is whether the games are going to be competitive or not. If the game's going to be close, a guy like Kevin Durant's going to hit value majority of the time, depending on what his price is. Right now he's 10-3. I think he could drop a 60 tonight. So I'm fine with Kevin Durant. I have Durant at 54. He's one of my favorite spend ups at 10-3, and he's somebody that I'm going to go with because gut wise I'm really feeling that Milwaukee Brooklyn game when it comes to the studs in that game, because I feel like the game's going to stay close and each of these studs could smash. If you want to go hard and you can, I prefer Durant slightly. All right, just off the guard value that we have on the slate, I prefer to spend up at the forward spot. All right, so Kevin Durant will be the spend up of the day that I'm feeling so far today. Also, another guy that I really, really love today is going to be Dejounte Murray. I haven't projected over 45, so right around that 5x range, a little under 5x. That'll probably go up a little bit, actually, because my gut just keeps landing on Dejounte and telling me that I need to get as much Dejounte as I can. Dejounte Murray's in a position right now with no Derek White, no Keldon Johnson. All the studs for San Antonio are out. Everybody left for San Antonio are low usage players. Dejounte Murray's going to be expected to do it all. So Dejounte Murray's in a fantastic spot here. We don't know how competitive this game's going to end up being in Philly. That's one of the question marks. But at 9-6, Dejounte Murray has upside of anyone on the slate. We already know that. He's been having a fantastic season. The way he can put up in different stats, rebounds, assists. You have some of those players in the league that are so scoring dependent where if they're not making their shots, they're going to suck. Dejounte Murray is not one of those guys. All right, if his shooting's off, he can make up for it in assists and rebounds and steals and stuff like that. So Dejounte Murray is another guy that I have a lot of interest in. Like I said before, though, as you're going to see in a second, a lot of guard value. All right, a lot of guard value. But I wanted to make sure I mentioned Murray because he's one of the guys I really have my eye on. Value for the day. First and foremost, pay attention to this, okay? Now, if Hassan Whiteside is going to play and is looking like he's going to be active, he is somebody that if you don't have him in your lineup, there's a high probability that you get stomped out. All right, plain and simple. Whiteside has crazy upside potential. Okay, Whiteside is a guy who anytime he gets any decent minutes, he could drop 50 in 20 minutes. You know what I mean? He is a big upside guy. Rudy Gobert is out, as well as Mike Conley, as well as Donovan Mitchell. There's so much here on this Utah squad. Now, pay attention to this. Utah will be one of the teams that I really want to get a ton of exposure to tonight because they're missing big time players on that team. All right, so but Whiteside is questionable right now, so we got to keep an eye on this. Make sure he's good to go. As of right now, I have him projected and in. If he ends up out, then obviously don't play him. But as of right now, if he plays, I have him projected over 10. I have him projected almost 10x pretty easily if he's active and playing, and he's going to be my lock of the day. So in the high five, I'm predicting he plays, but I don't know 100%. We got to keep an eye on this play. But if he plays, I'm damn near locking him. Jordan Clarkson. Donovan Mitchell out. Mike Conley out. Rudy Gobert out. Utah is lacking scorers right now. And guess who can make up for that? Jordan Clarkson. Jordan Clarkson's an absolute monster. We know that. This dude puts up points. And at 5'5", he's just plain and simple too cheap and pops way too hard for me not to have exposure to him. Next up, Bryn Forbes. I talked about San Antonio and the reason I like Dejounte Murray. I got to pivot it over. Dejounte Murray, yes, you're having to pay money for him. He's in a fantastic spot, but you're having to pay for him. I do love the idea of grabbing some of these San Antonio value guys. Bryn Forbes should not be 3-5. Not with Keldon out, not with Derek White out, not with all these guys out. I mean, Devin Vassal's out. All these guards are out for San Antonio. Bryn Forbes is going to be a fantastic play here. I have him projected out almost at 25, as you can see. At only 3.5, he's projecting as one of the top values on the slate for me. As you can see, another San Antonio's right here as well. So out of the top 5 value plays of the day on the Greenlight Optimizer so far, and in my heart, we have 3 being Utah. Okay? 3 being Utah and 2 being San Antonio. That tells you that Utah and San Antonio is spots to get value at right now, and they're amazing plays. Now, last but certainly not least, Jalen Brunson. Luka Doncic's out. Kristaps Porzingis is out. Well, Doncic's doubtful, so pay attention to that. But with Doncic doubtful and Porzingis out, Jalen Brunson is going to be this entire Dallas offense. There's going to be other guys that you could have some interest in here, but Jalen Brunson's the main guy at only 7K. I mean, I absolutely love him. I see a 40-plus out of him here. I have him at 41. So fantastic spot for Jalen Brunson here in this amazing matchup against Houston. I mean, Houston's been giving up fantasy points. It's a fantastic spot here, and I really love that spot for him as well. Trey Jones, another guy. Let's go to all. If you sort point per salary and all right, let's look at all, like every position. Rudy Gay is a guy I wasn't able to mention because I put, I grabbed the other value guys and I spent up for Kevin Durant in the high five. But Rudy Gay is another guy. Okay, so Whiteside, Rudy Gay, Jordan Clarkson are the main Utah guys that I'm interested in right now. As of right now, these are the main guys that I'm really like, yes, I love these dudes. Bryn Forbes, Lonnie Walker are my San Antonio value guys. And then spend ups, options are honestly, there's a ton of options. I mean, Jokic against Sacramento, I mean, you can't really ask for a better matchup there. I have him projected as the #1 overall scoring player on the slate. So if it comes down to it, like it's looking right now, I mean, I could very well see a situation where screw Kevin Durant, I have too much money. Let's go ahead and just go with the boy Jokic. This should also be a good game against Sacramento. It's fast-paced, a lot of scoring, and there's not a soul on Sacramento that could stop Jokic. So, I mean, it might be one of those slates where, you know what, I'm just going to switch that right now because, honestly, I think there's going to be too much value not to just go for the top scorer of the day. And I'm going to go with Jokic being the top scorer of the day for me. If you want to go a little bit more balanced, though, dropping Jokic to Kevin Durant to kind of balance somewhere else, if you don't feel great about the value that you do have, then that's perfectly fine. But as of right now, as you can see, when you sort point per salary, you have a 3-5 guy, 3-5, 4-1, 3-2, like 4K, low 4Ks. You got a lot of cheap value on this slate so far. So plain and simple, I think the strategy today is going to be grabbing those solid value guys, spending up for the studs, and getting that money. Plain and simple. All right. Thank you guys for joining me as always. We got Jordan Clarkson, Bryn Forbes, Kevin Durant, or Jokic. Like I said at the end, as I'm going, I'm like, wait a second. You know what? I love Kevin Durant. I think he's got crazy upside, and that's an amazing game. But I think I'm going to have too much value to even go to KD. I'm probably just going to need to spend up. As of right now in the day, we don't know what other stuff's going to happen and whatever we got going on, but it's a great spot. Whiteside, pay attention to him. He is questionable. If he plays, he's the lock of the century. Okay, if he's not 99% owned, if he's active and starting, then people are smoking crack. All right, Jalen Brunson with Porzingis and Doncic out, and then Jokic as the spend-up guy, seeing that we have so much value. But if you want to save some money off Jokic and go like a KD or even a James Harden in that game, that should be a competitive playoff-type matchup, then that's perfectly fine as well. All right, thank you guys for joining me, and I'm out. Peace. GreenlightDFS.com.